So, yeah, we have a guest. Some will say she's full of it, and some will say, I believe every word. And I'm here for both sides of it because it's a very interesting topic, at least for me. So, before we introduce her, Chanel, what is happening at Black Girl Sunscreen?
All right. With Valentine's Day being just a couple days away, it's undeniable that love is in the air. That being said, it's only right that we give some love to our Make It Pop sunglasses. Our sunglasses are the first ever lip glosses with SPF 50 protection, available in shades Clear Skies, Red Wine, Cherry Noir, and of course, French Kiss. Your lips are one of the most delicate areas on your face, so make sure yours are just as protected as they are kissable.
Kissable lips. Mwah. So I'm probably gonna layer all three of Pop. I've done it, Pop Shades, Romance, and Francis, at once, and
Wow.
created like this ombre effect. So for Valentine's Day, yes, it is a must-have, and I'm just proud and excited about Black Girl Sunscreen being able to launch sungloss with SPF,
Me too.
honoring us again.
Yes,
All
making
right.
our stamp in color cosmetics.
There you go.
So shop blackgirlsunscreen.com.
Absolutely. Chanel. So who do we have sitting next to us?
Today's guest is a renowned predictive astrologer, life coach, and public speaker. She finds purpose offering personalized astrology classes, workshops, coaching packages, events, and readings. Her unique skill set includes helping others find unknown birth times through chart rectification. She offers astrological and intuitive guidance through her podcast, Celestial Insights, along with her popular Instagram lives. She is a board member of the Organization of Professional Astrology and a faculty member of Kepler College. Before transitioning into astrology full-time, she had a successful sales and marketing career spanning over 25 years at Fortune 500 companies. Please welcome the mystical and marvelous Celeste Brooks.
Hello and welcome, Celeste.
Thank you for having me. I
Yeah.
love mystical and marvelous. I might steal that.
What better
You
way?
can't. No, I'm just kidding. But even the name Celeste is like mystical, I feel like.
It is. My
Yeah.
mother had a college friend
Uh-huh.
named Celeste. She just loved the name, and that's how I got it. It was just perfect.
How was your journey here?
It was great, although there was a little stress because there was a big storm coming in. I live in the Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area, and so I was like, am I going to be able to get out of here?
Mhm.
And I pulled a chart. I used astrology for this, and it told me, okay, there's going to be a problem, which there was. I was a little late, but that I was going to get there. It's a technique called horary, where you can ask a question. It's almost like the tarot of astrology, and the chart in the moment, it speaks to what is likely coming up next.
It's almost like predicting. Like, are you a predictor as well versus like an astrologist?
I do predict. Yes, I do. Predict things for myself, for others, and for world events. Sometimes I'm on target, sometimes I'm not, but I use the technique of astrology to give insight into the energies that are coming up and how they may show up for ourselves in our own lives and for the collective.
Okay, so I think just the regular term for predicting is psychic,
Oh.
right? Am I wrong?
it is.
Oh,
Do you ever get that?
well, I've had people tell me I'm psychic, and I use the word intuitive.
Okay,
Because
okay.
maybe I'm a baby psychic. I feel like I'm an intuitive.
So to claim psychic, you have to be more advanced, or are you just being humble? Your hat is way across the room right now.
That is a really good question. Well, there's different kinds of psychics. There's people from when they were a child who just knew things. And I did, like I would know what song was coming on the radio station, but the my psychic abilities are very related to the astrology.
Okay.
They started coming in stronger and stronger and stronger in line with the astrology. And astrology, tarot, just being a straight up psychic, these are all different ways of understanding the energies. What astrology gives us is like more specific dates than some of the other techniques,
Okay.
is one of the things that astrology helps with.
in your bio it says that you were, a marketer in Fortune 500 companies. So how did you transition from corporate America to astrology?
Yes, so it felt like it was on a whim. There is this spa I love to go to called Rancho La Puerta in Mexico. I've been
Mhm.
going since like 2000. And one year I was there was an astrologer there, and she gave a talk. And I just found it so fascinating and interesting. And she was selling a book called The Power of Mercury. Her name is Leslie McGurk. And I read it and I was like, oh my God, because Mercury is the planet that rules our communication skills and
Okay.
our thought processes. And I read that and I was reading it in relation to my ex-husband and my our big problem was communication. And I was like, oh my God, this is so on target. And so I booked a reading with her and it was very helpful and insightful. And then she taught a class at the same spa. So I went on a whim
Mhm.
just to be doing something interesting because I am someone who just loves learning from the time I was a child. And it blew the roof off my mind. It taught me so much about myself
Mhm.
and others. And my life was changed from then on because once you see things, you can't turn back. And I thought it was just gonna be a hobby, but I just kept learning and learning and had a gift with it, and you can see it in my chart. It was my path, my fate, my destiny.
So, Celeste, would you say that it was the accuracy of what you were being told and what you were learning that made you like fully know that you could trust astrology?
Yes, because my background is I have a degree in science. So I have my bachelor's in biology from the University of California at Berkeley and a master's degree. So my mind is very scientific. And then with astrology, you can pull the chart and you can like see it and see these mathematical relationships. And that is what sold me on it. And then once I started learning, I went home and everybody who would give me their birth time, I would start asking them questions related to what had learned. And then I started taking more and more and more classes. And when you can see a chart and describe a person you've never met accurately, it just was wild to me.
So
Mhm.
what's the ranking, right? So I heard like 3 levels.
So the
Yeah.
rising sign is what people meet when you walk into a room.
Okay.
That's how with if a like someone who barely knows her would probably describe her more of the Aquarius. Once you get to know someone a little better, understand their sun sign.
Okay.
That's like you've had lunch with them a few times and you'll get that. Now the moon sign, typically you really need to get to know someone on a deeper level because that's the more subconscious part of us. The sun rules our conscious mind, the moon rules our subconscious.
So when you meet somebody for the first time and they just say, "When's your birthday?" and they say, "Ah, I'm an Aries," or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? What is that, moon rising
That's
or
the sun.
that's the
That's the
sun?
sun.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Everyone has this around age 29 where you move from more of a younger adult to a more mature adult because you take on more responsibilities in some way. Whether it's typically people, it'd be like, oh, that's when I got married. That's when I had my first kid. That's when I moved to a cross country. That's when I had a big job. That's when my father passed. Like big things in life that cause you to like step into a more adult role kind of inside.
What are some of this, I guess, like, the naysay
Uh,
about astrology?
Well, I mean,
The challenges.
astrology is thousands of years old. It used to be used for, kings and emperors mostly. And more recently, it has come to be people with the advent of computers, more and more people can use it. So some of the naysayers come in from what is called sun sign astrology, where you'll have horoscopes, which is really a very simplified way of looking at astrology, where you just someone and some sun sign astrologers are very good where they're giving predictions just based on the sun or the rising sign. And that's very, very general. And you think about there's billions of people on the planet
Mhm.
and this two little pieces, yeah, it's very vague. To give a more accurate astrology reading, you need the person's birth time, place, and date. And that's when you can really dig into their chart, the timing of life events. And when you start telling people dates, they start saying, what? How did you know that?
It's interesting. I mean, in this digital world, there are so many people that
Yeah.
talk about astrology, and it'll pop up like, here are the 5 signs that are most successful. Like, do you do things like that, or
that? I mean, some 5 signs that are most successful. That's just pop
okay?
corn. It's like that's just popcorn astrology. It's that's why people don't take it seriously. And there's some people on the internet who
Mhm.
read one book and they're call themselves an astrologer and are talking about things that's not real
So
in-depth
the stuff that's
astrology.
coming through my feed, I shouldn't believe it. Like, oh, here's who's gonna make a lot of money in 2025, and I'm looking for a Libra. I'm like, well, dang, why am I not on this?
Well,
Tell us.
so that's just like very basic in terms of 2025. I don't think anyone predicted Libras were going to make a lot of money. Not that some Libras didn't. They may have said Taurus or Gemini because that's
So
where
you're confirming that Libras aren't making money in 2025.
I'm not confirming that. I'm saying that would not be a horoscope that made sense.
Okay.
Based
I'm like,
on the
dang.
astrology, because
Again.
that kind of prediction would be about where Jupiter, the planet of abundance, is in the sky, most likely. So I would say that's what someone would predict. And like right now, Jupiter's in Gemini. So some people with strong Gemini energy are getting boosts up in their income, depending on their chart.
Oh.
And next year, Cancers are coming. Jupiter's coming for the sign of Cancer. So there may be some ease and flow there, but there are 10 planets in every. There are 10 planets that we're looking at, and more accurate astrology would be about looking. It gets very, very complicated. I can't even go there. To give someone a prediction that you're going to have a money boost, you need to know more than their sun sign.
Celeste, this has been very informative. Can we play a game with you?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. It's a this or that game, so whatever comes to mind, unless you had anything else.
No, I'm good. Should I kick it off?
Yeah.
We should also talk about 2025 because it's a huge year.
Oh, yeah.
If you could give it to us in like 30 seconds.
Yes, 2025 is a big year of a lot of change is coming. The key things to be in mind, even from right now till April, there's a lot of slow energy. There's what we call retrogrades. This is a great time to review, revisit, revise things. Launching things right now, there may be a little bit of slowness, so don't despair with that. The year really takes off end of April, and then it's going to be like out of a cannon. April,
Come on now,
May,
Black Girl Sunscreen season.
May, June, yes. Black
Yeah.
Girl Sunscreen is so needed at this time. One of the biggest issues we're going to be facing is climate change, and that hot weather is going to continue. So people need to be protecting their skin with Black Girl Sunscreen.
Do you protect your skin with Black Girl Sunscreen?
You're going to set me up so I can do so, and I can
Okay,
talk
then.
about it on my
I appreciate the
Instagram.
honesty. I appreciate the honesty, Celeste. Let's get this game going.
Okay, Celeste. So first question. Fire sign or earth sign?
Fire sign to hang out with, earth sign to partner with.
Oh.
I agree.
But wait, what am I?
You're an air sign. That's on the next
the hell?
question. Okay, so that brings us to the next question. Air sign or water sign?
Air sign to have an intellectually stimulating conversation with.
Take it.
Water sign if like you really need someone to talk about deep emotions with.
Shantay.
Okay. Sun or moon?
I'm a Cancer rising. The moon rules Cancer, the sign of Cancer. I love a moon.
What
Okay.
am I supposed to like? Well, okay.
You want to do the next one?
Astrology or, well, I mispronounced the word. I want to say tarot.
Astrology or tarot?
There you go.
Both. But if I had to pick, I would say astrology.
Okay.
Okay. Horoscope or birth chart?
A horoscope is a birth chart.
Oh, okay.
They're this. Yeah, horoscope is.
Did you think it was something different?
I thought a horoscope is kind of like a daily reading, maybe, and then I thought your birth chart is
Can you just
constant.
give us a quick difference? Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is
the
the
birth
same?
chart is your horoscope, but if you're talking about would I rather like read a column in Vogue magazine, or would I rather go to an astrologer like Celeste Brooks of Astrology by Celeste? Go to Astrology by Celeste. Hey,
We
hey
love
now.
it. Yes, Celeste is coming on out. Okay, early bird or night owl?
I am a night owl.
Yeah, me too.
Planner or free spirit?
I'm a planner working to be more of a free spirit.
You didn't give us like not one this or that. You gave us a combination of everything. Not a one this or that.
I have 2 planets in Libra, so that is why
Okay.
I can see both sides of the story, both sides of the issue, and why one is, and that's probably part of your success. You really have an ability to balance opposing things and find a compromise. Or like, look, do I want this ingredient or that ingredient? I'm going to have both in 2 different formulations for different populations.
I'm just laughing because I can't even. There's so much to say with that. Like, no, what I've learned is I got to stand 10 toes down sometimes.
Mhm.
It can't waver.
Well, it's hard for you. That's
So,
why you
can't
need
waver.
people.
And it's not even wavering. It's just like I can see both sides.
You need someone in your team to say to you, Shontay, we just need one product, and we're going to have to separate the wheat from
It's
the
like telling me
chaff.
to only have one pair of shoes.
Yeah, you need a Virgo on your team to help you with that. And like, to be clear, we can't have rose hip and
Whatever else. Yes, we can.
lavender.
Lavender. Libras are of abundance. Of abundance.
Yeah, you want everything
Mhm.
and all the good stuff.
Celeste, you were phenomenal. Thank you for this energy.
Oh, thank you for having me. This
I
has been
appreciate
such
it.
a delight.
We were excited to have you on here. We're big. I don't know as much as Chanel, but I do believe in my traits.
Yes, astrology is an incredible tool. You can use it or not. Astrology doesn't care if you believe in it.
Oh,
It's still there.
hey now.
And it can be very, very accurate.
That was a gem. Okay, and you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye.
Get some black girl sunscreen. You don't gotta dodge them sunbeams. Just put on your black girl sunscreen. Ay, black don't crack a dozen. Black people get sunburned too.